Yeah, it really saddens me that nobody watches these anymore. Really sucks. When I first started this, like 400 people would watch these videos, and now only like 10 people watch them. And for people like me who live a half life, who are psychopathic or have psychopathic tendencies and have to live in isolation, or people that are bipolar, borderline, schizophrenic, people like us, we don't really have any meaning in life because we can't function high enough to do the things that average people could do. So we got to find meaning in the simple things, because we can't usually have children, or we probably shouldn't have children because we'll just carry on the trauma of our families and the mental illness that will develop from the severe trauma, the abuse, the neglect. And I'm not saying people that come from trauma shouldn't have children. But at the end of the day, when I was talking about how in the last video, how my family created this insane person that I've become, it's not really my family's fault. I guess you could blame my grandparents that raised my mom and the grandparents that raised my dad. And then you could blame their grandparents and their grandparents and their grandparents. Seems like families that are messed up, the trauma gene stays with us and the trauma continues down the line. Legacy burdens is what they call it. So I believe that everybody that has trauma or a mental illness should stop having children. I just think we should stop. And even if we work on ways to heal ourselves, we're still most likely living in poverty. So our kids aren't going to have the same opportunities. It's very rare that a mentally ill person or somebody with severe trauma has money or comes from money. Very rare. So why do we continue having kids? I wish my great grandparents wouldn't have had children at all. That way I wouldn't even be here. And don't get me wrong, I don't mind being here today. Some days I don't like being here. That's what my book's about. I talk about that a lot in the ebook, about how some days I just don't want to be here. I remember this one time I was in Bangkok and I was on this train and I was looking at this guy, this Thailand guy, and he was holding his son's hand. And the kid was like 3 years old. And I was looking at the 3-year-old and I was thinking about being him in my next life. And I was like, please don't let there be a reincarnation. And please, if I come back again, I'm going to kill myself when I'm 3. I'm going to take myself out of my misery when I'm that young. And that's how I felt when I was like 7, 8, 9 years old. That's why I tried to kill myself when I was 9. And if you're watching these videos, the reasons why I don't murder people and kill people is because I don't want to go to prison for the rest of my life. I'm not about that. That's the only thing that ever stops me. If killing people wasn't illegal, I'd just have killed a lot more people by now. That's why we've had a lot more psychopathic people back in the Wild West. Back then you could just kill people and it didn't matter. But now you can't be psychopathic. I always also believe that if you have a child, you could murder your own child. I think that's okay because you brought that child into this world and you should be able to kill it. I remember there was this one court case, I think I was like 10 or 11 years old. And there was this woman that was on trial because she killed her children. And I was like, it's completely okay that she killed her children because she brought her children into this world. She should be able to kill her children. The other week, there was a court case on about this woman, this, this poor girl. She was like 20 years old. She killed her mom. She like stabbed her mom. She was from Ohio. She stabbed her mom in the chest like 26, 27, 28 times or something like that. And I don't think she should have been able to go to prison. I think she should have just been able to continue to live with her grandmother because clearly her mother effed her up so badly, or her father or something messed her up so badly that she wanted to stab her mom 27, 28 times. And I don't blame her for that. I blame her mother for that. I think family members should be able to kill family members. I do. And I think we should not be able to go to prison for it. Because the court system doesn't know how these parents have tortured us throughout the years. They have no freaking clue. And it's not like you get in front of a judge and be like, yeah, they emotionally destroyed me since I was a child, since I was a little kid. They messed with my head so much and they put me down so much and they belittled me so much that one day I snapped and I stabbed them 27 times and killed them. I think a judge should be like, yeah, I agree with that. You don't have to go to prison. I think our society fucking sucks. You should be able to murder whoever the hell you want. Who the fuck made this shit up? Who made up these goddamn rules that we can't murder people? It's so dumb. If somebody destroys you your entire life and puts you down and just kills you emotionally and mentally, you should be able to slit and kill that person. Just destroy them too. And just take, at least that way, your mind will stop. Maybe it will stop. But it probably won't because it's been so damaged by that individual, whether it was your mother, your father. And that's not even talking about rape and sexual abuse and physical abuse and being hit. That's just talking about the emotional part. But I think the emotional part is the worst part. Those are the children that stabbed their parents 28 times in the chest because they've been emotionally and mentally destroyed for so many years. However, getting back to my last video, yeah, I don't blame my parents for my upbringing. I used to, but, now I understand that it's just their parents and their grandparents and their great-great-grandparents that continue to have children when they shouldn't. I don't think anybody should have children. I think we should just end this whole thing. I think we should just eliminate the human race. Because we're so lost now, and our society is so sick, and our culture is so lost, and just, what are we doing? Like, what the hell is the point, man? And everybody's getting angrier at each other. Because so many people just feel like they're just slaves to whatever's going on. That last video I made, that thing was dead on. Video number 40, number 40, that thing was amazing. And it only got 3 views. What the fuck is going on here? Finally, somebody talks some goddamn sense, even if it's coming from somebody with a psychopathic background or somebody that is deemed psychopathic in mental institutions. Hey, maybe it takes a psychopath to wake everybody the fuck up. Because maybe everybody is just so just ingrained in robotically following things that somebody that is a psychopath or somebody who society says is mentally ill finally has the aha moment answer to be like, hey, listen, what's going on is not right, and let's stop it. So maybe we should stop having kids. Maybe we should just end this thing completely. I know that's hard to do because everybody wants to have children. I don't know what that's all about. But anyways, I hope you're having a great day. And nobody's watching these videos anymore. It's so goddamn sad. It's so sad. People who live a half-life, people that are BPD, bipolar, depressed, we have nothing to live for. The only thing I live for is making these fucking videos, man. Other than that, I just mow goddamn lawns. And they're not even other people's lawns, they're just my own. Because I can't leave the house. People that are BPD, schizophrenic, bipolar, we have it so rough, man. It's such a sad half-life. And whenever we watch commercials, people driving around SUVs and hiking mountains and traveling to Europe, there's this deep sadness that is inside us because we know that we can't function high enough to have that life. And most of us already have come from poverty, so we've never had those opportunities. And some of us, most of us, have never even had those loving parents, and we've always been neglected. We've never had our attention needs met, and we sure didn't have our attachment needs met. So it's a lost system. Anyways, I gotta go. Have a good day, everybody. Thank you.